Honey Boo Boo was always scared that Mama June would die from an overt zero C. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Honey Boo Boo recalled the terror she went through during Mama June's darkest addiction days. After several years, she is sharing the crazy tale of her dysfunctional family. Everything has come together in her biggest release of the year, covering her pageant days. Lifetime bagged her for Alana's biopic, I Was Honey Boo. While she was excited to narrate her own life story, fans got curious about the origin of her name Honey Boo Boo. Not her real name, but people made her famous with those words she used to say during the show randomly. She doesn't even know how it got her fame and money. Alana shares Mama June's reaction to her Lifetime biopic. Alana Thompson's Lifetime biopic will reveal many harsh realities about her life, and she is agitated about how Mama June will react to them. She said she had mixed feelings after she documented her life for the film. Before its release, she confessed to being a little nervous due to what she included about herself and her sisters. Alana made it clear that she didn't try to tarnish June's reputation by portraying her in a bad light. However, she thinks that Shannon was mad at her for only speaking the truth, and it's alright. The WeTV star encountered her mom's weird behavior along with the entire crew of her old shows. She often found herself locking the doors of the bathroom and the room. Once in school, she noticed she was coming out with a cracked-out tooth. Honey Boo Boo says she lived a scary life because of Mama June's overdose. Honey Boo Boo doesn't want to hide June's wild history anymore, so as a narrator of her biopic, she reveals her family's downward spiral story. In an emotional confessional in a movie scene, she recounted the times when her mama started to take drugs. It was 2019 when she acted a bit differently, ultimately making her daughter frightened and confused. As Alana confronted June with her worries, she didn't pay heed to her. This is when Pumpkin came to her younger sister's rescue, since she had picked her up with her estranged husband Josh. June wasn't bothered that her daughter started to live in another house away from her. In the film, she called Shannon's drug addiction the worst. Behind the rebranding of Mama June, from Not Too Hot to Family Crisis, Hatlin said that June didn't show up for filming. Shannon didn't pick up her youngest daughter's calls for the longest time. Hence, the producers recognized that there is indeed a crisis in the family that needs to be addressed through a new name. Though Alana desperately tried to protect June, she felt betrayed. During season 3 of Family Crisis, she and her sisters came together for their mama's intervention. At that time, they noticed that all she ever cared for was her drugs. All these made a teen like Alana understand that she lost her mama. Stay tuned to TV season and spoilers for further updates. Growing up in the spotlight is never simple, but when the spotlight shines on a family racked by addiction, the experience takes on a heavier, more painful dimension. For Alana Thompson, affectionately known to millions as Honey Boo Boo, the bright lights of fame masked a darker fear lurking beneath the surface. From a very young age, Alana lived with a persistent terror that her mother, June Shannon, would not survive her battle with drug addiction. This fear was no fleeting worry. It was a shadow that followed Honey Boo Boo through childhood and adolescence, coloring her days with anxiety and heartbreak. The stark reality of watching a parent fight a life-threatening addiction created an emotional landscape far removed from the carefree innocence that most children enjoy. It shaped Alana's life in profound ways, revealing a side of fame rarely captured by cameras. A raw, heartbreaking struggle for hope amidst chaos. A childhood torn between fame and fear. Alana's early years were marked by the excitement of newfound celebrity. As the breakout star of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, she was adored for her infectious energy, quick wit, and colorful personality. Her youthful exuberance masked a constant, gnawing fear that her mother's addiction might claim her life. Behind the scenes, June's struggle with substance abuse was escalating, leaving Alana to confront harsh realities few children should ever face. This fear wasn't abstract. It was rooted in daily experiences. Alana remembers nights when June's behavior was erratic, her mood swings terrifying. There were moments when June disappeared for hours or days, leaving Alana and her siblings vulnerable and uncertain. The unpredictability of addiction meant that Alana never knew when she might wake up to devastating news or be thrust into a crisis. The weight of watching someone you love self-destruct. Watching a parent spiral into addiction is an emotionally harrowing experience for anyone, but for a child in the public eye, it's compounded by isolation. The cameras captured staged moments of happiness and family fun, but they could never fully document the private fears and trauma. Alana lived with the heavy burden of anticipating tragedy. She feared that each incident could be the one where her mother wouldn't come home, where addiction would finally claim June's life. This fear manifested in restless nights, moments of tearful desperation, and a hyper-awareness of every sign of danger. The emotional toll was profound. Feeling powerless to save her mother, Alana struggled to reconcile the woman who brought joy and laughter with the person who was fighting a deadly battle against drugs. This internal conflict deepened her trauma, leaving scars invisible to the outside world. The impact on family dynamics. June's addiction didn't only affect her. It reverberated through the entire Shannon family. Alana found herself stepping into roles far beyond her years: protector, peacekeeper, and sometimes the sole responsible adult in a home fraught with instability. Her siblings, too, were caught in the crossfire. Older sister Lauren Pumpkiniford often took on parental duties, trying to hold the family together as June's condition worsened. Younger siblings were shielded as best they could, but the weight of the situation was impossible to escape. The family dynamic became a delicate balance of survival. Alana's fear of losing her mother coexisted with the need to maintain a semblance of normalcy, for themselves and for the millions of fans watching. This dual existence created a tension that pervaded every aspect of their lives. The role of fame in amplifying fear. Fame brought its own set of challenges. The public's fascination with the Shannon family meant that their struggles were broadcast far and wide, inviting scrutiny and judgment. While the cameras offered a platform, they also intensified the pressure and isolation. Alana often felt exposed, her family's pain laid bare for entertainment. Yet this exposure did not bring solace. Instead, it magnified her fear as private crisis became public spectacle. The stigma surrounding addiction only deepened the family's sense of shame and secrecy. Despite this, Alana showed remarkable resilience. She learned to navigate the complicated world of fame and addiction, all while holding on to hope that her mother could overcome her demons. Moments of crisis and survival. Throughout the years, Alana experienced several heart-stopping moments when her worst fears nearly became reality. There were emergency room visits, police interventions, and intense family confrontations. Each episode was a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the shadow of addiction. These crises forced Alana to grow up quickly. She developed a keen sense of intuition, learning to recognize signs of relapse and distress in June. At times, she became an emotional anchor for her siblings, offering comfort and stability amid the chaos. Despite the turmoil, these experiences also strengthened Alana's resolve. They fueled her determination to break the cycle and create a better future for herself and her family. Finding strength in vulnerability. Alana's fear of losing her mother never fully disappeared, but over time, she learned to channel her emotions into strength. She found solace in expressing her truth through interviews, social media, and her public platform, helping to shed light on the realities of addiction and its impact on families. Her willingness to share her story has resonated with many facing similar challenges. Alana's journey highlights the importance of vulnerability and honesty in healing, inspiring others to confront their own fears and seek support. The road to healing and reconciliation. Mama June's path to sobriety has been fraught with setbacks and triumphs. For Alana, witnessing her mother's efforts to reclaim her life has been both hopeful and complicated. The shadow of addiction remains, but so does the possibility of healing. The family has begun to rebuild fractured relationships, focusing on communication, therapy, and mutual support. Alana's fear, while still present, has been tempered by glimpses of progress and moments of genuine connection. This ongoing process underscores a vital truth. Healing from addiction is rarely linear, but with perseverance and love, recovery is possible. Reflections on a difficult journey. Alana's story is a poignant reminder of the complexities behind reality TV fame and the very real human struggles it can conceal. Her fear of losing her mother to an overdose was a dark cloud that loomed over her childhood.